Hello students, welcome to English lecture. First of all, I would like to congratulate you for getting promotion in class 7 and welcoming you in class 7. For the very first time, we are going to launch our first video of English literature from your Roots and Wings book, lesson number 1, The Chocolate Room. Students, before giving you the explanation of the chapter, I would like to tell you something about Roald Dahl, who has written this beautiful story about the chocolate room. Student, Roald Dahl was a British novelist, short story writer, poet, screenwriter, and wartime fighter pilot. He was born on September 13, 1916, and he died on November 23, 1919. His books have sold more than 250 million copies worldwide. Dahl was born in Wales to Norway immigrant parents. He served in the Royal Air Force during the Second World War. Now, student, read this interesting excerpt from the book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by world-renowned British author Roald Dahl. A movie based on the book has been a big hit among moviegoers in the recent past. The story was originally inspired by Roald Dahl's experience of chocolate companies during his school days. Yes, this was the little introduction about the story. Now, students, the story revolves around the adventure of a young boy, Charlie Bucket, inside the biggest chocolate factory of the world in his hometown. It is owned by an eccentric chocolatier, Willy Wonka. Now, student, let us begin with the chapter. But first, it is very important to understand that what is the main base, why, what is the mood when Roald Dahl written the Chocolate Room, and what is the thought for which he was going to write this interesting story for children. Children, this story is very interesting for kids of your age because you all people are fascinated towards chocolate. So, in this chapter, Mr. Wonka explains that the chocolate room is the nerve center of his factory. It is a beautiful room. Mr. Wonka does not care for ugliness. Before entering, he warns the children to remain calm inside. The group enters and immediately encounters an amazing sight, Green Valley cut by a brown river, which includes a waterfall. At the base of the waterfall, giant transparent pipes flows into the river from the ceiling of the room. The pipes suck the bubbling liquid out of the river and carry it away. All around the river, various trees and flowers grow. Mr. Wonka then explained with great excitement that the river is made entirely of chocolate and everyone is too awestruck to speak. Now, student, this was a little introduction about the chapter. Let's begin with the chapter with the very first line. Charlie comes from a very poor family. He lives with his bedridden maternal and paternal grandparents as well as his parents. He is respectful towards everyone in his life. Now, student, in the very first line, it is very much clear that Charlie comes from a poor family and he lives along with his maternal and paternal grandparents and as well as his parents. He is respectful towards everyone. He is undernourished but does not take any extra food because it would deprive another family member of food. Now, student, deprive means prevent. Okay, so he is worried about the other family members so that everyone should get food accordingly. He has so many reasons to complain, but he never does so. He is fascinated by the stories that Grandpa Joe narrates to him about Willy Wonka. Now, it's Grandpa Joe narrates to him about the stories of Willy Wonka and his chocolate factory. They come to know that Willy Wonka has secretly hidden a golden ticket in five chocolates. Now they come to know that Willy Wonka, who is the owner of that chocolate factory, he has kept secretly a hidden golden ticket in five chocolates. These chocolates were then sent to different parts of the world along with other chocolates. Anyone who found the ticket would be allowed to visit the factory and would win a supply of confectionery for his entire life. Now, student, here I would like to give you the meaning of confectionery. It means sweets and chocolate considered collectively. Okay, when you go to a bakery shop, then you'll find that it's a confectionery shop. It is basically denoted for sweets and bakery shops. So, in that, now I hope you have understood that Willy Wonka, who is the owner of that chocolate factory, he has planned a wonderful game for the kids, and he has secretly hidden a golden ticket in five of the chocolate, and he'll distribute those chocolate in all over the world. Now, I hope this much you have understood. Let's move further. Apart from Charlie, four other children win the tickets, and whose name was Augustus Gloop. He is a very fat and greedy boy. Second is Varuka Salt, who is a spoiled child and demands everything she wants. Third is Violet Bugret. She is a girl who chews gum all the time. And then fourth one is Mike Tiavi, who loves watching television. And the fifth one is, yes, Charlie, of course. The children are accompanied by their parents, whereas Charlie takes Grandpa Joe along. Willy Wonka shows the children around and also takes them to the chocolate room. Gradually, all the four children get eliminated one by one. Now, student, eliminated means they got removed one by one. But Charlie is the only child left. He wins the prize, the chocolate factory. Now, you remember those six ticket, and in those six ticket, only Charlie is only the boy who won that prize. Now he got an opportunity to visit chocolate factory, and as I've told you that when he was a kid he always used to get fascinated towards the that chocolate factory, and his grandfather always narrates a story about that chocolate factory. And just imagine, your dream became true one day. So this is what happened with Charlie. One day his dream became true and he got an opportunity to visit chocolate factory. Now, Willy Wonka actually wanted to find and hire. Now, student, I would like to tell you the meaning of hire. A person who legally entitled to the property or rank of another on person's death. Okay, like hire is something, you will get an authority when some person of your family get expired. So that hire is a children's son who get that property. So in the same way, Willy Wonka was also searching who is the hire of Charlie. Charlie is the only child to pass the contest. In the end, they go to Charlie's house in a glass elevator and get the whole family to spend the rest of their lives in the factory. Now, Willy Wonka, went to Charlie's home and he invited all his family member to live for the rest of their life in that factory. And they are very poor, so they are very happy to live in such a beautiful factory land. Let us find out what happened in the chocolate room and what it looked like. Now we'll come to know that what it looked like and what is so fascinating about that chocolate room. An important room, this, cried Mr. Willy Wonka as he took a bunch of keys from his pocket and slipped one into the keyhole of the door. Now he's saying that it is the very important room, and he was carrying a bunch of keys, and he took out those keys and he started opening the doors. He continued, "This is the nerve center of the whole factory." Now, nerve center, student, means the control center of an organization, and it is the heart of the whole business. Now, what happened? Insist upon my rooms being beautiful. Let us go in then. But be careful, my dear children. Don't lose your heads and don't get overexcited. Be calm. Now, Willy Wonka is, explaining to all the kids that don't get overexcited. It is a very beautiful room, and it is the nerve center of that. Of his factory, and Mr. Wonka does not care for ugliness. Before entering, he wants the children to remain calm inside, and he has given all the instructions that before they enter the room, what precautions they have to follow. And then the group enters immediately and encounters an amazing sight: a green valley cut by a brown river, which includes a waterfall. At the base of the waterfall, giant transparent pipes flows into the river from the ceiling of the room. The pipes suck the bubbling liquid out of the river and carry it away. So these are the beautiful view, denoted by Willy Wonka. As soon as Mr. Wonka opened the door, five children and others pushed their way in, and what an amazing sight greeted their eyes. They were looking down upon a lovely valley with green meadows on either side, and along the bottom of it flowed a great brown river. Halfway along the river was a big waterfall, a very steep. Now, students, steep means that rises sharply cliff over which the water curled and rolled in a solid sheet. Then it went down into a boiling, churning whirlpool. Now, student, I would like to give you the meaning of churning whirlpool, shaking and moving about vigorously, and whirlpool, a quickly rotating mass of water. Here, chocolate in a river. You know what is whirlpool? It is a kind of what you say. It's not the name of only that washing machine, but actually in Hindi we say bhavar, churning whirlpool, full of froth and sprays. Froth means a mass of small bubbles in liquid, and spray is small drops of a liquid which are thrown into the air. That is kind of a bubble. The most astonishing sight was just below the waterfall. About a dozen anonymous means very big, glass pipes were dangling means hanging, down into the river from somewhere high up in the ceiling and sucking up the brownish muddy water from the river. Nobody could guess where they were carrying it to. Since the pipes were made up of glass, you could see the liquid bubbling and flowing in the pipes. Above the noise of the gushing waterfall, the incessant sucking sound of the pipes could be clearly heard. Now, student, I would like to give you the meaning of gushing. Gushing means flowing suddenly and in great volume, and incessant means continuing without pause. So, in these lines, Roald Dahl is explaining that how the pipes suck the bubbling liquid out of the river and carry it away. All around the river, various trees and flowers grown. Now, Mr. Wonka then explained with great excitement that the river is made entirely of chocolate. Everyone is awestruck to speak this. Now, let's move further and understand the chapter in a detail. Can you see the picture, student? Can you see the kids and Mr. Willy Wonka and those pipes from where that chocolate is coming? Now, Mr. Wonka explains that the waterfall is the most important part of his chocolate making process. He believes that churning chocolate by waterfall is the only correct way to do the job. Now, graceful trees and bushes grew along the river banks. There were weeping willows and alders. Willows means a tree or shrub or temperate climates, and alder means a widely distributed tree of the birch family with toothed leaves. Okay, and tall clumps of rondurons. Rondurons means a tree or shrub with beautiful red flowers with their lovely pink and red and mauve blossoms. You know what is mauve? Mauve means it is a kind of a color, or you can say a piece of a grassland. And in the meadows, there were thousands of buttercups that grew. You know what is buttercups? You must have bite from the bakery shop, and there were thousands of buttercups that were grew. Now, Mr. Wonka suddenly began to dance up and down and pointed his gold topped cane at the great brown river as he cried, "Look there, all that is chocolate. Every drop of that river is hot melted chocolate of the very finest quality." Now, it's saying that although it is a gallon of chocolate, but the quality is very fine, and it is having a smooth and tasty and delicious chocolate it's having. There is enough chocolate in there to fill every bathtub in his entire country as well as all the swimming pools. Don't you think it is terrific, students? The pipes suck up the chocolate and carry it to the other rooms in the factory where it is needed. Thousands of gallons an hour is carried, my dear children. You know what is gallon? Gallon is a unit of volume, and he's just counting calculating the chocolate which that waterfall is carrying. The children and their parents were absolutely amazed and dumbfounded. Dumbfounded means stunned. They could not utter a word. They simply stood there and stared. Mr. Wonka continued, "The waterfall is most important as it mixes the chocolate, it churns it up, pounds and beats it well. It makes the chocolate light and frothy. Now, why he's saying all these things? Because he explained that this is the only important part of his chocolate making process. He believes that churning chocolate by waterfall is the only correct way to do the job. And he then explained that everything around the group is edible and composed of the finest quality chocolate, including the grass beneath their feet. Now, let's move further, student. No other factory in the world does it properly like this. And do you like my trees, bushes, meadows, the grass, and buttercups? Now he's asking from the kids that do you like trees, bushes, meadows, grass, and buttercups? Don't you think they are lovely? They are all eatable. Now he's saying that they are all eatable, they are edible, and the grass you are standing on, my dear children, is made up of a new kind of soft minty sugar that I have just invented. You try a blade. Now he is asking from the kids that you can have a taste. Everybody bent down and picked one blade of grass except Augustus Gloop, who took a big handful. Charlie whispered to Grandpa Joe, Grandpa, hasn't it got a wonderful taste? Well, I could go around on all four like a cow and eat the whole field of grass, said Grandpa Joe. Try a buttercup too, they are even nicer, cried Mr. Wonka. Now, Mr. Wonka is saying that you can try buttercup too, they are very tasty. Can you see the image and how beautiful they have created that chocolate factory and chocolate room? Now, all of a sudden, they heard screams of excitement from Varuka Salt, who was pointing to the other side of the river. Look there, what is it? He is moving and walking. Is it a little man down there below the waterfall? Charlie cried, She's right, Grandpa. Can you see the little man? Grandpa Joe said excitedly, Yes, I can see him, Charlie. Now others also began to shout in excited voice. Now they have seen that men, that is dwarf men, and they are very excited to see that men. There are two of them, there are so many of them. What are they busy doing? Where did they come from? Who are these little men? They are no higher than my knee. They have funny long hair. Now he's just, they are just giving, different kind of men, and they are very excited to see them. And now Charlie and Grandpa Joe tell each other how wonderful the grass tastes, while Augustus scoop a handful and a Violet puts her gum behind her ear. Then Baruka screams in reaction to seeing little people on other side of the river. Everyone has finally see the little people. They are confused by the little people and being chattering among themselves. Now they are, chatting among themselves. The little people look at the children across the river and then begin to laugh hysterically. Now they are also laughing while seeing those kids. Charlie does not believe that they are real people, but Mr. Wonka assures him that the Oompa Loompas are perfectly real. Now, Mr. Wonka here explains that Oompa Loompas are imported directly from a Loompa land, which Mr. Salt, a geography teacher, claims does not exist. Mr. Wonka assures her that there is such a place and that is terrible place for Oompa Loompas to live. Now the little men stopped what they were doing and looked at the visitors who rushed to the edge of the river to get a closer look. One of the little men pointed at the children and whispered something to the other men, and all of them burst into bursts of laughter. Now, all of them, laughing, and they are very happy and they are very excited. Now, Charlie said, But they just can't be real people like us. Wonka answered, Of course, they are real people for sure. They are Oompa Loompas. Now, Oompa Loompa, I would like to give you the meaning of Oompa Loompa, students. A native of Loompa land, a fun loving dwarf with an orange complexion and green hair. Can you see the picture? He's having green hair, dwarf, and orange face. Student, this extract is taken adapted from an excerpt from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, which was written by Roald Dahl. And now I would like to give you the theme of the chocolate room so that you understand the chapter thoroughly. The moral of Charlie and the Chocolate Factory is that children who are honest and well behaved will be rewarded. It is very important, student. If you are honest and well behaved, you will always be, blessed with gift from God or from parents also. The Chocolate Room is an excerpt from the book Charlie and the Chocolate Room, in which things are either good or bad. And one way Dahl attributes goodness to something is to make it small. Now, Roald Dahl is a fantastic writer who exactly knows that what children get fascinated, and the author continues to foreshadow in these chapters. Mr. Wonka wants the children to be careful and not to lose their head. It becomes clear that Mr. Wonka is really possessive and worried about his chocolate factory and even that special room, which is the nerve center of that factory. So, this is a very interesting story, student, and it has given us a lesson also that we should not be greedy and we should always be loving and understandable, like Charlie. We should all be like a Charlie. Charlie is the main character of this story, and on my next PDF, I have given you the question answers related to this chapter. So please complete those question answers in your fair copy. And I hope you have understood with the chapter. Thank you and have a wonderful day. I hope you have enjoyed listening and understanding this chapter easily. Thank you and have a wonderful day.